Love can be confusing. Sometimes it's loud and passionate, other times it's quiet and gentle. But when a man truly loves you, when his heart genuinely belongs to you, his actions speak louder than any words ever could. You might not always hear him say, "I love you" 100 times a day, but you'll feel it in the way he looks at you, how he shows up for you, and the way he makes space for you in his world. Real love is steady, thoughtful, and honest, and even if he doesn't express it in dramatic ways, the truth of his feelings will always be visible if you know where to look. Too often, we find ourselves wondering, is he serious about me? Or am I just an option in his life? It's easy to get caught in doubts when someone's words don't quite match their actions. But the beauty of real love is that it doesn't have to convince you. It makes you feel secure without explanation. A man who truly loves you will make you feel valued, protected, respected, and included, not just some of the time, but all the time. His love won't leave you guessing. That's why today we're talking about 15 clear signs that his heart truly belongs to you. These are not just romantic gestures or sweet words. These are the deep, honest behaviors that reveal how a man really feels. Whether you're in a relationship now or trying to figure out where you stand with someone, these signs can help you understand the truth behind his actions. Because when a man is emotionally invested, when his heart is truly yours, he'll naturally start showing you in ways that are hard to fake and impossible to ignore. You deserve a love that's real, one that doesn't make you question your worth or feel like you're asking for too much. You deserve someone who meets you halfway, supports your dreams, listens to your heart, and chooses you fully. And if he's doing these 15 things, chances are he already has. His love might not always come with grand declarations, but it will come with consistency, care, and quiet strength. It will come with presence, effort, and respect. So, before you let doubts fill your mind or overthink what he's saying or not saying, pause. Watch how he shows up. Because love, when it's real, isn't hidden. It's in the small things, the soft moments, and the everyday choices. And once you start to see these signs, you'll stop wondering how he feels. You'll just know. Now let's get into the 15 signs that show his heart truly belongs to you. 1. He remembers the little things you say. When a man truly cares for you, he doesn't just listen to your words, he absorbs them. Even the smallest things you mention in passing become significant to him. Maybe you once casually said you love sunflowers, and weeks later, he shows up with a bunch without you ever repeating it. That's not coincidence. That's someone whose heart is involved. Remembering the little things means he's genuinely paying attention. It shows you're not just background noise in his life. You're someone who matters deeply. It's easy for anyone to remember big moments, birthdays, anniversaries, or major events. But when he holds on to the tiny, seemingly insignificant details, it reflects something more profound. It means your words echo in his mind long after the conversation is over. This kind of attentiveness isn't forced. It comes naturally when someone's heart belongs to you. He's not taking notes out of obligation. He remembers because he wants to. Your likes, dislikes, worries, and random thoughts become part of what he cherishes. It shows he values who you are, not just what you bring to the table. In a world full of distractions, someone who holds on to your every word, even the little ones, is rare. It's one of the most subtle, yet meaningful signs of real affection. When a man does this, you can be sure his feelings run deep, even if he doesn't always express them out loud. Because when someone's heart is yours, they don't forget. They remember. 2. He prioritizes your happiness over his own. When a man truly loves you, your happiness becomes just as important, if not more important, than his own. This doesn't mean he forgets about himself or sacrifices his well-being completely, but rather, he naturally begins to put your needs and emotions at the center of his actions. He finds joy in your smile, comfort in your peace, and purpose in making your life easier or more beautiful. This kind of love isn't loud or dramatic. It shows up in small, selfless moments, when he gives up his comfort so you can have yours, when he makes decisions with your best interest in mind, or when he adjusts his plans just to see you happy. It's not about him being perfect or always getting it right, but about his genuine desire to see you content. Even when it's inconvenient or requires effort, he does it willingly, because your happiness adds to his own. Prioritizing you doesn't mean losing himself. It means creating space in his heart where you matter deeply. It means choosing empathy over ego, love over pride, and connection over control. A man like this doesn't make you feel like you're asking for too much. Instead, he makes you feel safe, seen, and supported, without needing to fight for it. When his love is real, he doesn't just think about what makes him feel good. He constantly thinks about what brings light to your eyes. And in that quiet devotion, you'll feel his heart, fully yours. 3. He makes you feel safe emotionally and physically. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, one of the strongest things he'll give you is a sense of safety, both emotionally and physically. It's not just about protecting you from harm or danger, but about creating a space where you can be your most vulnerable self without fear of judgment, rejection, or betrayal. Around him, you feel at peace. You're not walking on eggshells or hiding parts of yourself. You're free to express what you feel, even the messy, imperfect parts. Emotional safety is quiet but powerful. It's in how he listens when you're upset, how he stays calm when you're overwhelmed, and how he never uses your insecurities or weaknesses against you. He doesn't make you feel small when you share something personal. Instead, he holds your heart with care, knowing how fragile trust can be. Physical safety, too, comes naturally when someone genuinely loves you. His presence makes you feel protected, not in a controlling or possessive way, but in a gentle, reassuring one. He walks on the side of traffic, makes sure you get home safe, checks in when you're sick or anxious, and holds you like his arms were made for you. When a man gives you this kind of safety, you don't just feel loved, you feel grounded. You breathe easier, love deeper, and grow stronger. Because in a world full of noise and uncertainty, he becomes your calm. And that kind of safety is the quiet proof that his heart is truly yours. 4. He listens, really listens, when you talk. When a man genuinely loves you, listening becomes more than just hearing your words. It becomes an act of presence, care, and connection. He doesn't just nod along or wait for his turn to speak. He's fully there, giving you his attention, not out of obligation, but out of genuine interest in what's on your mind and in your heart. You can feel the difference in his eyes, his body language, and the way he remembers what you said long after the moment has passed. Real listening means he's not distracted by his phone or lost in his own thoughts. He's focused on you, understanding your emotions, picking up on your tone, and catching the things you're not saying out loud. He hears you when you talk about your dreams, your fears, your day, or even something as simple as a passing thought. And when he responds, it's thoughtful, not rehearsed, because he's been paying attention. This kind of listening builds trust. It tells you that your voice matters, your feelings are valid, and your presence is respected. It allows space for deeper intimacy because you know he's not just physically there, he's emotionally present too. When a man listens like this, he makes you feel seen in a way words can't fully explain. And in that stillness, where your words are held with care, love speaks loudest. Because a man who truly listens is a man whose heart already belongs to you. 5. He includes you in his future plans. When a man includes you in his future plans, it's one of the clearest signs that his heart is truly yours. He doesn't speak about someday or later in vague, distant terms. He talks about the future as something you're both part of, together. Whether it's a trip he wants to take, a career move he's considering, or even small weekend plans, you're naturally a part of the picture he's painting in his mind. This inclusion shows that he doesn't see your relationship as temporary or uncertain. He's building something and he wants you in it, not just as someone who's there now, but someone who'll be there next month, next year, and beyond. You'll notice how he uses words like we instead of I, how he casually mentions you being there for milestones, holidays, family gatherings, or long-term goals. And he's not saying these things for show, he means them. When a man does this, he's not just being romantic, he's being intentional. He's giving you a quiet, steady kind of reassurance that says, I want a future with you. It reflects thought, commitment, and emotional investment. He's already aligned his life with yours, not because he has to, but because he wants to. It's in these glimpses of the future, spoken casually or deeply, that you realize he's not just in love with you now. He's choosing you for the days ahead too. And that kind of choice only comes from a heart that belongs fully to you. 6. He protects you, even in small ways. When a man truly loves you, his instinct to protect you becomes natural and effortless. It's not about grand, heroic gestures. It's often in the quiet, unnoticed ways he shows up for you that reveal just how deeply he cares. He notices when you're uncomfortable, anxious, or tired, and he steps in without being asked. Maybe he walks on the side of the street closest to traffic, offers you his jacket when it's cold, or stands up for you in a conversation when someone crosses a line. These small acts might seem minor, but they speak volumes. They show that your well-being matters to him, that he's tuned into your world and willing to act to keep you safe, supported, and cared for. He doesn't need to be told to look out for you. He just does. Whether it's checking on you when you're sick, driving you home when you're tired, or even just texting to make sure you got home safely, his care shows up consistently. True protection isn't about control, it's about respect. It's not about overpowering situations, but about creating space where you feel secure. It's his way of saying, I've got you, without needing to say anything at all. When a man protects you in these subtle, sincere ways, it's because your safety is tied to his peace. And when his heart belongs to you, your comfort and security become part of his love language, quiet, steady, and always there. 7. He respects your opinions and choices. When a man truly loves you, respect becomes one of the strongest pillars of the relationship. He doesn't just tolerate your opinions, he values them. He listens when you speak, even if he doesn't always agree, because he understands that love isn't about control or dominance. It's about seeing the other person as an equal, someone whose thoughts and decisions matter just as much as his own. He doesn't try to change your mind to fit his narrative. Instead, he encourages you to think freely, make your own choices, and stand by what you believe. Even when your perspectives differ, he remains calm and open-minded, because what matters more to him than being right is being kind and understanding toward you. This kind of respect shows up in the small, everyday moments too. When he supports your career decisions, respects your boundaries, backs you up in front of others, or simply asks for your input before making plans. He recognizes that your life, goals, and identity are your own, and he never tries to shape you into someone else. When a man respects your opinions and choices, it's a clear sign that his love runs deeper than attraction. It means he sees you not just as someone he loves, but as someone he admires. In that kind of love, your voice feels heard, your decisions feel honored, and your presence feels valued. That's when you know. His heart doesn't just love you, it respects you too. 8. He supports your dreams without hesitation. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, your dreams become important to him, not just in words, but through genuine support and encouragement. He doesn't doubt your vision or dismiss your ambitions. Instead, he becomes your quiet cheerleader, pushing you forward even when the path seems uncertain. He believes in you, sometimes even more than you believe in yourself, and that belief shows in the way he celebrates your wins and lifts you up during your lows. He doesn't see your success as a threat or a distraction. He understands that love doesn't mean limiting each other, but growing together. Whether your dreams are big or small, practical or creative, he treats them with seriousness and care. He listens when you talk about them, helps when you ask, and offers reassurance when you're filled with doubt. He never makes you feel like you have to choose between love and ambition, because in his eyes, you deserve both. This kind of support isn't loud or showy. It's in the little things, late-night encouragement, sharing your excitement, adjusting his time to help you prepare, or just reminding you that you're capable. He's not just watching from the sidelines. He's standing beside you, ready to walk through every step of your journey. When a man supports your dreams without hesitation, it's because your growth brings him joy. And in that selfless support, you'll feel the depth of a love that is real, rooted, and fully committed to the person you are becoming. 9. He shows up when it matters most. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, he shows up, not just when it's easy or convenient, but especially when it matters most. It's in the tough moments, the messy days, and the emotional storms where his presence becomes a quiet form of love. He doesn't disappear when things get hard, or when you're not at your best. Instead, he becomes more present, more steady, and more supportive. Showing up doesn't always mean having all the answers or fixing everything. Sometimes it's simply about being there, holding your hand when you're anxious, sitting beside you in silence when words won't come, or checking in when he knows something's off. His presence alone becomes comfort, because you know you don't have to go through things alone. This kind of reliability speaks louder than any romantic gesture. It proves that his love isn't just for the highlights and happy days. It's also for the breakdowns, the doubts, the chaos. He understands that real love is about standing firm when life feels uncertain. And he does so without needing to be asked. You can feel the difference when someone consistently shows up. It creates a foundation of trust that goes beyond words. Because when he chooses to be there, time and time again, he's not just proving his love. He's proving that you're a priority, and that your pain, joy, and journey matter deeply to him. That kind of loyalty is rare, and it only comes from a heart that truly belongs to you. 10. He stays loyal, even when no one is watching. True loyalty is revealed in the quiet moments, especially when no one is watching. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, his commitment doesn't depend on who's around, what the situation is, or whether anyone would ever find out. He remains faithful because that's who he chooses to be. Not out of fear, but out of love and respect for what you share. Loyalty isn't just about staying physically faithful. It's about emotional honesty, consistency, and integrity when temptations or opportunities for betrayal arise. It's when he speaks about you with respect, even when you're not there to hear it. It's when he turns down attention from others without hesitation, not because he's forced to, but because he's already chosen you in his heart. He doesn't flirt behind your back, hide conversations, or seek validation elsewhere. He values your trust and protects it fiercely. Even when he's surrounded by people or in situations where no one would know what he does, he still chooses to honor your relationship. That's where real character shows, when doing the right thing costs nothing and he still does it. This kind of loyalty creates a deep sense of emotional safety. You don't have to worry, wonder, or question his intentions. His actions reflect his devotion, and his consistency builds an unshakable bond. When a man stays loyal in silence, without needing praise or recognition, it's because his heart already knows where it belongs, with you, fully and faithfully. 11. He's vulnerable and honest with you. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, he allows himself to be vulnerable in a way that goes beyond surface-level honesty. He doesn't just tell you what you want to hear. He shares what's real, even when it's hard. He opens up about his fears, insecurities, past wounds and dreams because he trusts you with the parts of himself that he usually keeps hidden from the world. It's not easy for most men to let their guard down, but when he does, it's a powerful sign that his love is deep and genuine. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's a sign of strength and emotional maturity. It means he's willing to risk being seen fully, without masks or filters, because he wants a relationship built on truth, not performance. He doesn't pretend to have it all together. Instead, he lets you see the real him, his doubts, his struggles, his hopes, and in doing so, he invites you closer to his heart. With honesty comes connection. He tells you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, because he respects you too much to lie or hide things. His openness creates a space where both of you can grow, where love feels safe and unforced. When a man is vulnerable and honest with you, he's not just loving you, he's trusting you. And that trust, that raw openness, is one of the clearest signs that his heart isn't guarded anymore. It's yours, completely and without reservation. 12. He notices your moods and checks in on you. When a man truly loves you, he becomes emotionally in tune with you, often without you having to say a word. He notices when something's off, even if you're trying to hide it behind a smile or a quiet, "I'm fine." He pays attention to your energy, your tone, your expressions, and the subtle shifts that others might overlook. This awareness isn't just about observation. It comes from deep emotional presence and care. He doesn't wait for you to break down before he shows concern. If you seem a little distant, quieter than usual, or not quite yourself, he checks in gently. It's not forced or dramatic. It's simple, sincere, and warm. "Are you okay? You seem a bit off. Want to talk?" It shows that your emotional well-being is a priority to him, and he's not afraid to step into that space with you. This kind of attentiveness makes you feel seen in ways that go beyond words. It tells you that he's present not just physically, but emotionally. You don't have to spell things out for him to care. He notices, and he shows up with patience and kindness. Whether you choose to open up or not, just knowing he's aware and willing to be there offers a quiet kind of comfort. When a man consistently notices your moods and checks in without being asked, it's a reflection of love that is thoughtful, steady, and deeply connected. Because someone who pays that much attention is someone whose heart is already deeply yours. 13. He makes sacrifices for your comfort. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, he doesn't think twice about making sacrifices for your comfort. These aren't always grand or dramatic gestures. They're often the quiet, everyday choices that show how much he values your happiness and peace. He might give up his time, adjust his plans, or step out of his own comfort zone just to make sure you feel supported, safe, and cared for. This kind of love isn't about obligation. It's about willingness. He does it not because he has to, but because he wants to. Your needs matter to him, sometimes even more than his own. Whether it's staying up late to talk when you've had a bad day, driving out of his way to see you, or simply giving up something he enjoys to make your day easier, his actions speak of a quiet, consistent devotion. You'll notice he puts effort into your comfort even when no one is watching. He pays attention to what makes your life smoother, or what lifts a weight off your shoulders, and he takes those things seriously. It's his way of saying, "I see you, I care, I've got you." Love shown through sacrifice is powerful because it's rooted in selflessness. It means he's willing to stretch, to bend, to give, because your well-being genuinely matters to him. And when a man chooses your comfort over his convenience, you can feel it. His love isn't just in words, It's in the things he's willing to do, even when it costs him something. 14. He expresses love through actions, not just words. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, his love doesn't rely solely on words. It shows up through consistent, meaningful actions. While saying "I love you" is important, he understands that those words carry more weight when backed by behavior that proves them every day. He doesn't just talk about how much he cares. He shows it, again and again, through the way he treats you, supports you, and shows up for you. You'll see his love in how he makes time for you, even when life gets busy, in how he remembers the things that matter to you and goes out of his way to bring a smile to your face. He checks on you when you're down, keeps promises he makes, and stands by your side during the hard times. These aren't dramatic, once-in-a-while efforts. They're steady, quiet, and real. Actions create emotional safety. They prove that his words aren't empty or momentary. They are part of something lasting. Whether it's holding your hand when you're anxious, making sure you get home safe, or just being there when you need someone to lean on, his love becomes something you can feel, not just hear. When a man consistently expresses love through his actions, it shows that his heart is deeply invested. He doesn't need to convince you with big speeches. He makes you feel loved by how he lives. And in that reliability, you know without a doubt, his love is real and it's yours. 15. He never lets you feel alone in the relationship. When a man's heart truly belongs to you, he makes sure you never feel alone in the relationship. Not emotionally, mentally, or physically. He's not just present when things are good. He stays close when life gets complicated, when you're struggling, or when you need someone to simply stand beside you. He doesn't leave you to carry the weight of the relationship on your own. Instead, he walks with you, not ahead or behind, but right by your side. You never have to guess where you stand with him, because his consistency speaks for itself. He communicates, checks in, makes an effort, and takes responsibility for the connection you both share. You don't feel like you're the only one initiating conversations, planning time together, or holding things together. His presence is steady, his support is active, and his loyalty is unwavering. He makes you feel emotionally safe by validating your feelings, being available when it matters, and reminding you through both words and actions that you're not in this alone. Even in silence, even in distance, you feel him there. That kind of reassurance doesn't come from someone who's half in. It comes from someone who's fully committed. When a man ensures you never feel alone, it's a reflection of deep emotional maturity and love. He's not just loving you, he's choosing to be your partner, your teammate, and your safe place. And that's how you know his heart isn't just involved, it's completely yours.